All right, welcome back, everybody, to the BSL Season 7 semifinals. My name is Rapid. I'm here with Nyoken. You can see our Twitters down there, as well as the BSL Twitter. It pops up on the screen. Go follow us. Tell people the BSL is going on because it is so choice. Oh my God, the first series, if you missed it, go back and watch it or watch the VODs. The YouTube link is in the chat on the side. Because those games were sick. Jae-yoon and True Touch played a sick 5-game best of 5, went all the way, has everything. It has, like, you know, I don't know, epic battles, romance, intrigue. It's got everything you could possibly want. But it doesn't have what this next series has, and that is 2 players who could honestly probably win every non-Korean tournament. Yeah, probably. It's got Bonyth, the current reigning Corrupted Cup champion, and eOnzErG, not the current reigning Corrupted Cup champion. He had a little bit of a struggle in the group stages and dropped out kind of unceremoniously early. But this guy is trained in Korea. He's so good. Nyoken, what do you think is going to happen in this matchup?
I don't know, because I don't even think we got to see eOnzErG Bonyth in Corrupted Cup, did we? It was eOnzErG versus Terror and Koget over and over. So they're gonna be
over and over.
It's gonna be the first time we get to see them in a tournament in a while. But both players have something to prove here, because eOnzErG, he wants redemption for getting knocked out so early last season, and then also Bonyth wants to prove that not only can he make the finals again, but he can also take out True Touch. So both players they definitely want to win this. They do not want to get third or fourth.
Seems like the music is pretty loud here, Zero. So it's okay. All right, we fixed it. All right, thanks guys, keeping us honest. Yeah, it was also a little bit loud for me too, so I didn't catch the last part of what you said. Now, okay.
I was just saying that both of these players, they have something to prove here, because eOnzErG wants to make up for last season. That was a disaster for him. And then Bonyth, he wants to prove that he can get to the finals again, and then not just make it to the finals again. He wants to beat True Touch. So neither player here, even though third and fourth would be a great showing, not for these two in particular. They definitely want to win it.
Yeah, for sure. We've got season 5 champion versus season 6, or versus, no, not the season 6 champion. That's True Touch versus the Corrupted Cup champion. All I'm trying to say is these guys are so good. They're almost the best players out there, so I can't wait to watch them play. Now, we know the maps that they're playing on. So let's show that on screen. It's Power Bond, then Multiverse, then Neo Bloody Ridge, Neo Sylphid, and then Ground Zero at the end. Does anything stand out here for you, Nyoken?
We have Power Bond, of course. It's first. Not really a shocker there, but Multiverse kind of stands out for me, because you can't ban everything. But if I was Zerg playing versus Bonyth, who is King of Reavers, if you get close spawns, I don't think you want to be playing this map versus someone like Bonyth. So I'm kind of surprised that got through. Now, we don't know who banned which map, Gladiator or Oxide, but that may have been like an auto ban for me if I was eOnzErG.
Yeah, if I'm reading this graphic, then it looks like Gladiator was banned by Bonyth and Oxide was banned by eOnzErG, but it may not necessarily indicate that. Oh, it does mean that. All right, sick. So yeah, Bonyth banned Gladiator, and then eOnzErG banned Oxide. Sometimes you play Veto Chicken, where you just say, okay, well, that guy's going to ban that map, and then nobody bans the map if you're looking at it. But anyway, we are starting things out, as is our tradition, on Power Bond. So at least we get the most played map in BSL to start off this epic series. We've got Bonyth. He just had a new child, so he's got some extra multitasking to do. But I don't think that's going to stop him, because he's been looking so sick. Even when he came back from Corrupted Cup, round of 8, smacked it. Got into the round of 4, and I cannot wait to watch him play here against eOnzErG. So without further ado, let me join the game. Whoops. I'm going to get in here. Okay, it's time. The map is Power Bond. The players are Bonyth and eOnzErG. Let's get into it. Game number 1 of our second semifinal best of 5. All right, here we go in the upper right-hand corner of the map in the blue. This is our Polish Protoss player, Bonyth.
In the bottom middle has our red Zerg player. It is eOnzErG. And I'm trying to think of who eOnzErG went through to get here. I know it was ZVZ versus Babo, but before then, have we really seen him play versus Protoss?
Yeah, we had eOnzErG play Babo, and then Bonyth played against Tai2. So I wouldn't compare Tai2 to other Zerg players traditionally. But in the group stages, we actually had Bonyth playing a group with Jaeyoon, Crossy, and Gosudark. So those were some really crazy games. And then conversely, eOnzErG booster rocketed out of his group after he beat Ultra and DeWalt.
Yeah, so eOnzErG we haven't seen versus Protoss in a while, and this is what I was waiting to see, is because remember last week we had Bonyth just put the hurt on Tai2 with 2 gate, and you know that was definitely player specific because you don't want to let Tai2 get in control of the flow of the game. So eOnzErG may be thinking, well, he's not going to 2-gate me because I don't play like Tai2. So in game 1, I'm loving this opener from Bonyth because now it sets the tone that if eOnzErG was expecting me to forward gate expand or forge expand, all of a sudden that's dead in the water because now he's got to be worried that we may 2-gate every game because that's what we're seeing to start off the series.
And look, it's a fact. Bonyth's Zealots, they're faster, they deal more damage, they're sexier. Like, I don't know. They've got like longer, like, I don't know, fingernails. They've got like body hair over every square inch of their manly body. I don't know. They're so good. It's so insane to see what he can do. And I love that he's now trying to stress test these players against Tai2. Tai2 couldn't buy a way to stop the Zealots from coming into his base. I don't know. He could unplug Bonyth's computer. The Zealots, they're still microing around. How does it work? We don't know. So against eOnzErG, this is the stress test. How many Zealots does it take? 1, 3, 5, 7. Yeah, so we're gonna find out.
Yeah, and a subtle thing about this map in particular is it has 10 patches. In most maps have 9 or he gets the drone.
No.
So he doesn't even know if it's tech or if it's 2-gate.
No, oh my God. All right, pack it up, boys. We're done here. Go home. No, it's not quite over, but that is a little bit tragic for sure.
But as I was saying, Power Bond with 10 mineral patches, it's only 1 more patch than a normal map, but that does come into play. You all of a sudden have a lot more resources than you usually have. And does that mean that Bonyth is just going to have a faster tech while also building a lot of units? Does that allow him to get out a faster nexus? You know that eOnzErG really can't take advantage of the extra patch because look, he only has 9 in the main. He's not even mining it. So
yeah, you're right.
I'm loving Bonyth's opener, especially on this map.
Now some players just have like they make workers up until a certain count, and so sometimes that doesn't optimally work for every map, especially if there are active or different numbers of patches. There was one map that had like 12 patches in the main. I don't know, it was old and bad. But for this map, you're right. It does require a little bit of different optimization to kind of see what's going on here. But hey, we're up to 5 Zealots, and they're heading into the natural. Now, there's already a Sunken, 3 drones mining, and about, what is that, 8, 10? Yeah, there's 8 Lings out currently, with a couple more coming out from the main. So let's see how much it takes, because I love this from Bonyth. He's not trying to get in there with an early Zealot and probe and mix things up. No, he's waiting for 7 Zealots here in Ioken, with 2 more on the way.
He's got 2 more coming. He's got his cybernetics done. And look at eOnzErG. He's got to build another sunken colony. It's way back. There's no lair even. It's just pure Lings at this point. His speed is almost done. So Bonyth does have to be careful. Okay, he's going to go for it. And I think he's got an overwhelming lot of Zealots to get up this ramp.
Yeah, he's going to try to power up the ramp and running through it. He's got a drone on the ramp if he wants to drill. Sickest drill on the Zealots, trying to glitch him up. The Sunken dealing so much damage. Eon holds flawlessly.
Yeah, that did not go as expected for Bonyth. And now eOnzErG has a lot of Lings. He's got speed, but because this is a map with a ramp, it's not Sylphid. He can just hold position there, but he does take a third hatch behind it. Now, the real question for me, Rapid, is what's this Stargate for? Is it a scout? It could be a scout. Oh,
okay, it's a Corsair. That's so boring. Come on, Bonyth. I get that you're a dad, but you can be a fun dad, okay? You can give your kids video games. Let's see if these Lynx can break up the ramp. They do. They're hunting down this Zealot. They will get a surround, but his coated in butter breaks out of the surround, but still will go down. And now there's 2 Dragoons and a whole lot of probes. Let's see if they can defend these Dragoons against the Zergling hordes. The Hive is here, and thankfully, good Dragoon micro does serve Bonyth well, and he will push these Zerglings back. But that's a little tense.
Yeah, really good probe control, too. A lot of times you're just like A-clicking with them and they move out of position, but they just stood right next to the Dragoons. It was really fantastic. And really, the Lynx did not deal a lot of damage. Now they're getting a few more probe kills, but SER is already out, sees the main of eOnzErG, sees that there's no lair, see that there's a Hydrogen already done. But what does eOnzErG want to do with this Hydrogen? Are we just going to bust on 3 hats?
Well, first, eOnzErG has to figure out how to not lose every Overlord. He's waiting for it. The first 2 Hydras will pop right now, but he should still take 1 Overlord casualty. Either way, that's the question. What are we doing with the Hydras? Now, sometimes you can judge it based on the number of hatcheries. And currently, our hatchery count is 2.5. So, or 3.5, never mind. So if we go up all the way up to 5 hatches, then I'm expecting to see like you would expect the more standard, 3 hatch Hydra. But keep in mind, there's still no natural expansion for Bonyth.
Yeah, no natural, and he gets a second Overlord. That supply blocks eOnzErG 25 out of 19. I'm getting flashbacks to the Calm Stork series where there was actually a point in the game where Calm had 4 available supply. That was
Yeah.
But this build from Bonyth is quite interesting because I was expecting him to go into a Nexus after the Stargate, but instead he went instant robotics. We've already got a shuttle halfway done. Now he's starting to build his Nexus, and he's got support bay coming in.
Yeah, this is the good old support bay into Nexus strat. I mean, Bonyth building Reavers is never something I will complain about. Just like him building 2 gateways to start the game. Like if he just went 2 gate into Reaver every game, you're getting the classic Bonyth experience. The only problem is he has not dealt a whole lot of damage with the Zealots. He did kill a couple of Overlords, but like, okay, you can remake the Overlords. And we are about to see what happens when this 4 hatch Hydra starts to hit.
There's something in the water with these BSL players because I'm watching 3 Lings get into another player's base despite it being like such a tiny hole to go through. And he's gotten several probes because this is going to be the 3rd probe that goes down potentially. Oh, he actually manages to save that. SERs are kind of isolated. They almost fall, but the Reaver is going to be coming out pretty soon. And if we look at what Bonyth still has, he's got 5 or so Zealots, 2 Goons, 1 Reaver. Meanwhile, eOnzErG...
he's hunting. He's hunting in the probe line. He's trying to get it. Oh, no. Can't get it. There's 2 probes at single-digit health.
Yeah, so eOnzErG got a decent amount of probe damage, but just look at the army size of Bonyth. There's 8 Zealots now, 2 Goons, a Reaver, and what does eOnzErG have? He has 12, 14 Hydras, and these hatcheries are, well, one of them's way out there. It's very isolated. There's really no Sim City, no Sunken. Bonyth may really just march across the map and kill it.
Yeah, what's the best usage here? Do you pull back and try to hold? There's a few Lings coming into the natural, but I'm kind of confused. Why did Bonyth pull everything back for just 4 Lings?
Well, he doesn't know exactly what eOnzErG has because even though his SERs have been going in, he's constantly having to deal with the probe counterattack. So he may not have been able to evaluate exactly the state of eOnzErG's composition. And here come more Lings. Now imagine if eOnzErG had moved, or Bonyth had moved across the map and got counterattacked by this. This would have been a lot of damage. So I don't mind that, but eOnzErG still got to be very careful because this unit comp he has is very weak to any incoming push, even shuttle speed coming in, and it's double Reaver now.
Yeah, I actually thought he was going to go just with 1 Reaver, but I mean, obviously 2 is better than 1. We're learning how to count here on BSL. And now he is just going to have an impenetrable defense, but of course, once this heads across the map, an impenetrable offense. I don't know if that's a thing, but he'll have one of those.
Well, we've got eOnzErG with split Hydras all over the map. He knows that a Reaver drop should be coming pretty soon, so I like the defense. But Power Bond, it does take you a long time to get from your main to your Nat, and then how exposed this third base is. All these units, if Bonyth just straight up engages the third base, it's going to take them a while to get there, and the hatchery may already be dead by then. So I'm really worried for eOnzErG. Despite the supply being so close, it's still 75 to 60.
Cut me in the middle of a yawn. It is very late here. But also what's very late, well, I guess it's not late, but shuttle speed is about halfway done. The Reaver is what's late here. I keep thinking that the one Reaver would have hit, or the two Reavers would have hit. But no, Bonyth is playing this as safely, as carefully as possible. And he's waiting for shuttle speed. He's slow pushing with these Reavers and picking off these precious, precious Hydras. Now this third base, like you mentioned, so vulnerable, Nyoken.
Well, we got a Ling counterattack, but an instant probe pull isn't enough to deal with the Ling.
Oh my
so I don't
god.
think so.
How fast did those target down the cannons? Do cannons even exist? How can cannons be real if our eyes aren't real, Nyoken?
Oh! Oh,
What-
those Hydras on the left side just got blasted by two Scarabs, and now that's the majority of eOnzErG's army. He's going to try and pull back, but the Lings are still dealing damage at the natural.
Okay, well, everything exploded there, guys. On the other side, all the probes at the natural exploded, but eventually, the counterattack Lings got cleaned up. And that means, the counterattacking Hydra's coming in from behind, trying to snipe the shuttle. They take out all of its shields, but look at these Scarabs go! Nothing stands a chance to the Bonnie Reavers. Look at these things, sieging down the natural. Drone's going down, Hydra's going down, boom goes the drone line, and that should do it here. Bonyth crushing through the natural. GG, eOnzErG taps out. Bonyth takes game number 1.
Oh man, now eOnzErG, what do you do now? Because as I stated, you can't read this guy. He could just, I'm just gonna 2-gate this game. I'm just gonna 1-gate. I'm gonna Nexus. I'm gonna Forge. I'm gonna gate. It's so hard to read Bonyth, and oh my gosh, he's so deadly, and he didn't even deal damage. Remember the attack with the Zealots Rapid? That might have been the first time that I've seen Bonyth's Zealots just get shut down hardcore. And then we counterattacked and killed Probe. And we still just got crushed by his next follow-up attack with the Reaver.
Yeah, look, dude. Okay, here's what's up. So, let me do you a timeline of that game. So, first of all, the only thing that Bonyth did was build Zealots. He built 2 gateways and then nothing but Zealots. All those minerals from second 1, they're going into things that did nothing. Like, maybe it forced out Lings. Okay, all right, my dude, but look, you lose those Zealots straight up, every Protoss player in the world is behind at that point. Bonyth, he's chilling. He's like, okay, first I make my robotics support bay and then a Nexus. And then, do I go across the map with the shuttle and the Reaver? No, I don't do anything with it. Just like that entire game, Bonyth really didn't accomplish a whole lot. He killed like a couple of Overlords and got a nice supply block on eOnzErG. And then he just decides to win the game. Like, solid.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how he does it. I think eOnzErG could have won the fight, but Bonyth got into that position where you get him all choked up. There's just no angle to engage the Reaver. So it was just fantastic positioning from Bonyth. He just always has the perfect positioning. And now we're into the map that I think is to auto ban versus Bonyth. And I guess eOnzErG's got to pray for good spawns, because if we get bottom left for both players, we're going to see Sarah Reaver, and it's not going to be pretty.
No, it certainly will not. This is one of the best maps for Reavers in the game, especially if you just want to go one-base Reaver. I love it. But let's see what's going to happen as our map coming up is Multiverse. This is going to be potentially a strange one, so keep your eyes peeled. Get into it. It's game number 2 in our second best of 5 semifinal series. The winner of this match goes on to the BSL Grand Finals. All right, here we go. In the upper, well, I guess they're both in the upper right-hand corner. At the top of Multiverse, in the blue, our Zerg player from Belgium, it's eOnzErG.
Mid-right, we do have the Protoss player from Poland. It is Bonyth, and it's happening rapid. We got the spawns that I wanted. And I guess the question is how's eOnzErG going to respond to Sarah Reaver? But you have to remember, we just saw 2 gate. Well, this is a little different because eOnzErG can actually scout it. I was thinking, well, maybe Bonyth just 2 gates again, and all your planning for Sarah Reaver goes down the drain because, again, Bonyth is dictating the game. And there we go, probe at the entrance. Most likely going to be gateway expand since it is Bonyth, but you never know. Yeah, this is going to be gateway.
Okay, so gateway, I like it. I would maybe say probably go earlier rather than later because it seems like eOnzErG is just like waxing off, waxing on these Zerg or the Zealot pressure. I've never seen anybody defend Bonyth Zealots that well. The Bonyth 2-gate, man, I just watched that. Like that is torn apart families. It's destabilized international governments. Like the Marianas Trench earthquakes that Bonyth 2 gates caused. Like you can't deal with a force of nature like that. But maybe eOnzErG's the unstoppable force. At least early game, still got to figure out how to deal with these Reavers, and especially on a map like this with these close spawns by air. Ooh, we might be in for some hurting.
Well, we do have gate expand this time. It's going to be a forge follow-up at some point because of the positioning of the gate. A pylon block at the entrance denies drones from getting out, but look how smart eOnzErG is. He's already got a drone outside of the base. He will be able to build his hatchery on location.
Yeah,
so this is very intelligent from him. And Bonyth doesn't suspect a thing, so he's going to let this go down for free. And how many Zealots is it going to be before we build this Nexus? Probably going to be 3, I think.
Yeah, I would imagine. If you spend too much time building Zealots, obviously it kind of hurts you because you just get such a late Nexus, and that's never a great idea. But that's really smart by eOnzErG to not let that pylon block delay the natural expansion, because that can just really throw off your timings depending on what build you want to go for. So step number 2 for Eon is to push off this pesky little probe, see if you can get rid of that, and then go into whatever. And I'm expecting, let's see, so the build of choice for a lot of Zergs actually has been going for Spire. Either you try to Scourge the first Corsair, or you try to go big air, surprisingly, catch them with their Corsair pants down, and then try to win the game that way. And Eon's done that. He did that a couple times at Corrupted Cup. It worked once, it didn't work once, but I'm imagining we're just going to see some form of Hydra play here.
We could see Hydras for sure. I'm not sure exactly what eOnzErG would go for, but he may actually go for like a Ling bust, because there's still no forge. Remember, Bonyth talked about how he wants to build his forge in his main, and eOnzErG is one of the few people that has that killer instinct. Here he goes, going to try and get the probe.
Well, he's, instead of trying to get the probe, just running into the main. I think that's a little bit wiser. Don't want to play ring around the probey there. He's going to run into the mineral line. Perfect pull on that probe. Bonyth saves everything. Now, yeah, fighting the Zealot, that's not what you want to do with your Lings running by, but there's more Lings coming. They just run straight on through. This is a wall made of Swiss cheese. I don't know what the defense is going to look like here for Bonyth, but it better look good. There's 7 Lings in your main. Oof.
Yeah, tons of Lings being made by eOnzErG also, but he's pretty, well, I thought he was all in, but we do have a lair coming up behind this. But there's nothing at the entrances. 1 Zealot, no cannons. Bonyth got a little greedy building an extra pylon before the forge, and now he's getting punished extremely hard. The probe has to seal the entrance. Otherwise, okay, he's just going to focus down the gate, but that leaves a gaping hole. He's going to try and run by, but perfect control on that Zealot.
The Bonyth Zealot control is the only thing kind of saving him at this point, because he's got Lings everywhere. He's got Lings in his pants. He's got Lings under his bed. They're just all over the place. And look at how he's microing so many Zealots all at the same time. He's still taking Zealot losses, but he's not losing probes, which is so crucial. It's 9-19, and he's still holding on. Now, can he save this gateway? Probably not. But if he doesn't save these Zealots, then he is in for a world of hurt, and one of his Zealots gets glitched up on probes behind this. He desperately needs to stem the tide of Zerglings into his base. I think Eon might be tipping the scales here, Nyoken.
Yeah, eOnzErG's got this. GG coming out from Bonyth, and just a little bit too greedy there. But now eOnzErG has evened up the score 1-1, and actually a map that I was really liking Bonyth on ends up just not being a factor at all.
Yeah, wow. That was sick. I love to see the ways in which different players win. So for Bonyth in game number 1, he's like, I like 2-gating, gets nothing done. He's like, wow, what's round 2? Reavers. And his Reavers just look so good. So when you get to game number 2, Eon's like, well, how do I win a game as eOnzErGlings? And he just built all of them. That was really dope. I love seeing eOnzErG play aggressively when he can get the job done. And I think that was pretty obvious. So congratulations, he goes 1-1. Now that makes it a best of 3 with, keep in mind, because of the $1,000 in the prize pool sponsored by Blizzard, if you make it from, so third, fourth is $150 or $100. First and second is either $400 or $250. So it over doubles if you make it onto the grand finals. That's a lot of money that these guys are playing for, as well as eOnzErG. Like you said, he's got a lot to prove. He did not do well last season, get knocked out in the group stage, and so he has got a long way to go.
Yeah, well, at least he evened the series. It would have been almost impossible to come back from a 2-0. And our next map is going to be Bloody Ridge. And we've seen eOnzErG on here a couple times. I don't think we've seen Bonyth on here just yet, but it is a 2-player map where if you put a gateway up, a forward gate at your natural, all of a sudden, look how far out you are, how close you are to the natural. You're almost a quarter of the map to his base, just building a forward gate. So probably Bonyth will go for another, probably 1 gate expand again.
Mm-hmm. I concur. Let's get into our third game in this series. It's tied up at 1-1. This is kind of the tipping point. Because whoever wins this next game will be on match point, 1 game away from advancing on BSL Season 7 Grand Finals. All right, here we are. The map is Neo Bloody Ridge in the upper right-hand corner. In the magenta, as Protoss from Poland, it's Bonyth.
And bottom left, we've got the Zerg from Belgium. It is eOnzErG. And I wonder if eOnzErG is going to be aggressive again, because even though he lost the first game, he got a lot of probe damage done with those links. And it seems like just getting into Bonyth's face may be the kryptonite for him, like countering Bonyth's aggression with aggression yourself, and we saw him already just take out Bonyth on Multiverse. Now there's that probe. Yep, this is going to be another gateway. Now this is not a map that I'm super familiar with. I don't even know if you double gate here, will it be a complete wall, or if a forge gate is a complete wall. There was a game between USA versus Norway. Tim played it, and it just seemed like this was a nightmare to wall. So I'm curious to see how Bonyth is actually going to wall this position.
Yeah, that is the other thing. Just watch pro replays for walls, and then you get a new map, like some of these crazy kicks maps that are out there, and you're like, okay, look, I just don't know anymore. But Neo Bloody Ridge is not extremely uncommon. It's been played, at least in BSL, quite a bit. So keep an eye on the walls. The opening builds should just be, overpool on the way for eOnzErG. Pretty classic ZVP opener. And on the other side, it's still going to be a gateway opener, but probably only 1.
Yep, now probe. Oh, is it gonna win? I think it's gonna win versus this drone fight. No, he moved.
No way.
And that's gonna go down. Oh, what?
Wow, why would you do that at the last second? What? That was gonna be a win.
I think it was a win, but still, he at least gets the drone. If he had a move command and didn't get the drone, also that would have been a heartbreaker. But at least he does kill the drone, so that's pretty nice. Probe for drone, nice or decent trade for Protoss. Here comes that first zealot. eOnzErG does see it because of it being a 2-player map, and we don't have gas for Bonyth just yet, so everything is lining up to be another nemesis.
It's actually a probe out on the map. This is a second scout, so no zealot. I mean, yeah. So he's actually just secondarily scouting instead of sending the zealot out across the map immediately. He's actually keeping that zealot at home, waiting for the second one to get a little bit further along the line. Because it is a scary world to live without your probe. So Bonyth's just kind of being a little bit safer with that second scout.
And now, how many links is eOnzErG going to build? He's at 8. He's only shown 6, and that's pretty sneaky of him. But at least Bonyth, even if he gets a bad engagement, like runs into 12 links when he only has 3 zealots or something, at least he knows that there's no gas at this point. So there's not going to be an overwhelming amount of speed links anywhere. He doesn't have to fear a counterattack. Now, this probe, how can he wall this entrance? I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't even know. Keep in mind, this is Nexus before Forge. So just now the Forge coming down as a wall. But this is their question, right? How tight is this wall? Is it tight? It can't be, right? No way that's tight on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it looks like it wouldn't be tight, but just based on that Ling movement, I guess it is tight on the left side. But Bonyth lost the Zealot for free there. And you have to remember that because the gateway is placed here, as soon as the Zealot pops out, we could have other links around. Here we go. He's going to try and engage onto the Zealot. Not the greatest engagement.
Yeah, no, he pops the Zealot immediately. Another drone goes down. It's not tight on the left or the right. And now the pylon under fire. Nyoken. GG. This game is over.
Yeah, it's just done. We don't have a pylon. We don't have any more gateway units. I'm shocked.
Damn.
Things are doing so much damage in this series.
Bonyth, man, first it was Artosis eliminated at Corrupted Cup. Now we're executing all the dads. No dads allowed in these tournaments, man. We got to get rid of the fathers. This is a singles only tournament. I don't know. This is crazy. Watching eOnzErG just turn on the heat. Now all of a sudden, it was Bonyth that bopped his way through tie 2 into the quarterfinals, or into the round of 4 with Zealot oppression. And now eOnzErG saying, "Look, you want it? This is how you want to play?" And he's turning the heat right back up again. And Bonyth might need to get out of the oven. Yeah. Is Nyoken frozen? I told a stupid joke and it broke Nyoken. Now he's broken. I did it! Yes! My purpose! Okay, well, we can just call the games right here. I'm already the winner. I'm going to the grand finals no matter what. All right. Okay, so maybe Nyoken is totally dead. If not, then hopefully he comes back here pretty soon. Nyoken, I promise I didn't mean it. It'll never happen again. So we'll see if we can get Nyoken in here. Hey, at least we're not into the game. That would be the true tragedy. So we've still got time for Nyoken to join us. I hope. I promise I didn't mean it. So I don't know if we need to take a break or if Nyoken is just gone. See, this is what happens. It's a rule of BSL, is that Nyoken must randomly disconnect at some point, just for sure. I think there's a list of reasons why Nyoken DCs. Sometimes he kicks his cord, or his computer blue screens, or Windows updates. I've heard it all, right? I know when something's fishy is going on. You could have just said it to my face, Nyoken, okay? Anyway, yeah, I don't know what's going on with young Nyoken. Let's see if we have an update here. No clue. I tell one bad joke, and Nyoken can't. Wow, so sensitive, right, guys? I don't know. But currently the score is 2-1 eOnzErG. He's one game away from closing out the series, but that game was a little bit weird. We saw Nexus before Forge. He lost one Zealot basically for free, and so I don't know if that is an accurate representation of what could have been possible in that game. So Nyoken is actually available. Apparently he's having some internet issues. So as Nyoken works through his internet issues, he is going to probably rejoin us. So that means we get to take an extended break. I think, yeah, we'll just take like a 1-minute break, and then we'll come back with hopefully Nyoken, and if not, at least the 4th game in this second best-of-5 semifinal. Okay, all right, we're back. I am okay. Well, my face is a little bit weird. But anyway, I'm back and I'm here with Zero because Nyokin is having some technical difficulties. This means that Zero's job is now roughly 8 times harder because not only does he have to run everything behind the screen, now you have to cast with me, and that's so hard Nyokin couldn't even handle it.
Yeah, that's so hard, and I have to do all the other things too. So let's hope it will be fine, and let's hope I didn't forget how to do it and how to talk while opsing the game and do all the stuff. So, but fortunately for me, Gosu Caster Rapid is with us, so he will cover everything, which I will do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna solo cast and then I'll ask you a question. I'm like, "That's right, isn't it, Zero?" And you're just gonna be like, "Yeah," and then I'll just keep talking.
Exactly. So I will be the silent caster. Like, yeah.
Okay. Well, I get to be the brains, and you can just be here for the good looks, Zero.
Okay. So. Oh no. I'm not for the good looks. I didn't expect to be there, so I didn't use all this like makeup.
Oh yeah. Well, the secret is I'm not using makeup either, so shh, don't tell anyone.
Me too. But in Korea they are using makeup, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's the least favorite part. Like the 2 things I hate about casting in Korea: 1, the stupid politics; 2, the makeup. It's so bad. It's like, oh my God, it's so bad. Anyway, neither here nor there. So when we last left our heroes, we were 3 games through our second best of 5 semifinals. So after another extremely aggressive lane rush, eOnzErG has busted back Bonyth and is now 1 game away from advancing on to the BSL Season 7 finals and knocking Bonyth down to the 3rd, 4th place match. Crazy. I know, right? So we've got another game to get into, and it's going to be on Neo Sylphid. What do you think about Sylphid for ZBP, Zero?
I mean, it's good because you can make a proper wall-in from a Protoss perspective, so it's not not similar to the Bloody Witch, where I think Bonnie made a wrong wall-in there because there was a gap on the left side of the fort, so it will be good and I expect 1 gateway from him, so basically you expect, even on Neo Hunters, you would expect 1 gateway from Bonnie, right? Because this is his things, he knows how to do it, he feels the game after making the 1 gateway, so I feel like this is pretty even map. I think this is a new map where a lot of players are still playing it, so yeah, it might be interesting.
Okay, well then let's get into our 4th game in this best of 5. It's eOnzErG facing off against Bonyth for a spot in the BSL Season 7 Grand Finals.
Let's go. Oops. Okay, I will switch there.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and introduce our player in the 12 o'clock location at the top of our map, Sylphid. In the blue, playing Protoss from Poland, it's Bonyth.
And on the left side, as a red Zerg, we are having directly from Belgium, BSL5 champion, this is eOnzErG.
All right, you killed the intro already. Good job, Zero.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the positions are bottom left versus top. I think. Also, eOnzErG is not scouting correctly, so that means it's going to take him a while if he wants to go for another one of these aggressive builds.
Yeah, but I think like Aeon prepared himself against Bonnie, because as you see in the first game he started with 11 Hatch, which is a perfect counter to first gateway. In the previous game on Bloody Witch he started with a 9 pull and hidden 4 links to not let Bonnie know that he's going for this mass link style. So I think he prepared a lot against Bonnie specifically, so that's good for him.
Yeah. The question Nyokin, rest his soul, was asking is what was that. Like, Bonyth is really good, but you got to be really, really good to know your walls on weird maps like that. And so I think eOnzErG prepared well enough to say, look, this is a hard map to wall on, so I'm going to test that. And he did a great job hiding it, and what do you know? It wasn't a great wall. And also he picked off an early Zergling, or an early Zealot, so that was pretty good. But let's see what the opener is going to be from Bonyth here. I'm guessing a gateway.
Oh, I think like it should be Forge now, because he was waiting so long. Yeah, because now it's 400 minerals for him, so he will. Let's see if Bonnie can play Forge first.
Okay, I haven't seen Bonyth build a forge first in a long time, so we're just going to be learning a few things here. I think the biggest thing is that this means Bonyth is playing a lot more defensively, and that is supposedly a good thing because now eOnzErG won't be able to bust him early on. But hey, I mean, we've already got a hatchery coming down here from Eons, so I think he might actually play a little bit more economically too.
Yeah, but I don't know how he knows that, because normally Bonnie is going for gateway first, so you would like to make 6 links first, but he sneaked one drone between it, so he suspects that this is a forge, or I don't know how he knows it, but this is a perfect... oh no, now he's making more links, so he don't know about it, and he's expecting one gateway. So it's already good for Bonnie, I think.
Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. But hey, he's also taking a third hatchery here, so that is going to be really cool, because we just haven't seen a third hatchery in a while. So at least I guess that's what this drone is for out on the map. But hey, there's 4 lings running in, and thankfully there is a cannon already built and done, so not trying to get greedy or anything. Bonyth is just playing super safe and standardly, does not want to lose 3 games in a row.
Yeah, to the mass links, right?
Yeah. That would be really tragic. But hey, we could always see something like 3-hatch Hydra at this point. But step number 1 is getting rid of this probe in his base.
Yeah, and Bonnie is very good at keeping it alive. And I think it's the most important thing, because now Aaron wants to start the Hydra then. Oh, now he's making a lair, and Bonnie sees it. So if he will kill the probe quickly enough, he will have opportunity to cancel it and switch to Hydra Bust. So this probe is very, very important.
Okay, let's see if he can catch this. Zergling is trying to block the... Man, probes are so hard to kill. Oh, and it mineral walked through the lings to get... That's so dirty. Damn, Bonyth just keeping this probe alive forever. And if Eon was going to cancel that lair, now it'd just be way too late.
Oh yeah, it's already half. So it might be a normal game, I think. Like, at least it looks this way.
Yeah. Okay, wow. A normal game from both players? I did not expect this, Zero. But you're right, it's just going to be a straight-up 3-hatch. I wouldn't even be surprised to... Oh, actually, wait, do we have a Spire? No, we don't. Yeah, going for a Hydra Den right after the lair.
Oh, so it might be sneaky Hydra drops from eOnzErG? Directly from Tide 2? I don't know. Why would you need lair?
Yeah, he could also be doing lurker drops here, too. So let's keep an eye, because if you want to do Hydra drops... Oh, second scout here coming in. He doesn't have Zerglings hold positioned at the gap.
Oh my god, that's so bad for Eon that he let Bonnie see what is going on. So, but now this range for Hydra, this is a weird opening.
Yeah, so you go range for Hydras because it's undetectable. If you see Hydras, you're like, okay, well, there are Hydras out. And then if you see Hydra speed complete, then you're like, okay, he's running to my side of the map. But if you get range first, then, you know, the only thing that's weird is that your Hydras aren't moving fast. So, I don't know. All I'm trying to say is that, yeah, it is weird. Because if you get range, also, you're not going lurkers.
Yeah, exactly, and he's already mining gas from 2 extractors, and there is a speed for the overload, so it might be still this drop build, and Bonnie is already preparing himself for some kind of Hydra buzz because he's going for robotics in the natural, so he feels like he will not have enough zealots for the Hydra buzz to defend it, so Reaver will be a wise choice for him.
Yeah, Reavers are going to be good, but hey, range also makes it scarier to use a Reaver because you can just get dove. And it's going to allow these Hydras to pick off the Forge and Gateway at the front once it finishes. And hey, +1 is only halfway done for Zealots. And if you can snipe this is why we actually saw Bonyth build his Forge in the main and then use the Cyber Core as part of his wall. Yeah. But he's not doing that this time. And as a consequence, he is going to lose that +1. He actually just cancels it.
Yeah, he realized that he will never have a chance to defend this, so he decided to have a quicker cannon instead. So that's a good choice, I think. But only 3 Hydra are forcing so many cannons. Look at that. There will be 7 cannons and Bonnie seeing only 7 Hydra lists. So that's already good for Eon.
Yeah. Now the scary thing is that Bonyth has no idea how many Hydras are out here. He's gonna see 5, but you can still build 5 Hydras and not like all in commit to this. He's got to stop his Hydras from dying to these cannons, so that's a little awkward. So technically Hydras outrange cannons, but it's just so hard to position them exactly outside the cannon range.
Oh, and now he killed the Forge, and he just started the drop to the overloads, the drop upgrade. So when you said to me earlier that the range is, you are going for range first because you don't want to show your opponent that you're going for Hydra Blast, you should do the same thing with the overloads, right? First drop and then speed, because now Bonyth can suspect that this might be a drop after seeing it with the Corsairs.
That's a really good point, Zero, because now he sees fast overlords, and he might think, okay, it's to run away from the Corsairs. But also, Corsairs are pretty good against drop, too. So we'll see what happens here. There is shuttle speed coming. And so eventually, we will see these Rebos head across the map. And that is so scary. A, they guarantee his main is not bustable. But hey, once they pick up and head across the map, maybe that's when drop kicks in. And eOnzErG puts the pressure back on Bonyth. I don't know, but it's going to be exciting to see how this drop gets used.
Yeah, the drop will be good because suddenly the 6 cannons that Bonyth have in his natural will have no usage. You would have to make 6 cannons in the main to have the same defense all day.
Yeah, and some people say 1 is the loneliest number, but I think 6 is going to be the loneliest number when they're in the natural and not in the main. But he's got to get the overlords over to a droppable location, and currently I don't. Okay, yeah, now he's moving them. There's 5 overlords running up. But unfortunately, there's all these Corsairs right across the wall, so it looks like Bonyth has definitely figured out what's going on here. Oh, actually, the Hydras, they're going to pick one off. Ooh, almost. But yeah, Bonyth knows exactly what's up.
And it would be better for him to have a shuttle instead of third river, because he have a speed already, so with a shuttle he could micro this river as well, but without it, like, you can drop with Hydras on top of the river and it would be dead. Oh, but if we lose the overloads, it will be terrible for him.
Yeah, he ran the overlords away, but now he's trying to dive into the natural. He's trying to get on top of the Reaver. The Reaver's pulling back. The shuttle's not there to protect the Reaver. The Reaver goes down. There's another Reaver coming through, but perfectly right as those Corsairs chase the overlords away, eOnzErG went in for the kill. Now there's still 2 Reavers here. No, there's only one. There's only one Reaver. The Hydras have range. Okay,
nice
huge. Yeah, Scarabs are actually gigantic here. One of them might dud here. Oh my god, this is so crazy. He's going to snipe the Nexus for sure. Some more cannons are trying to be erected. But if he dives on this Reaver right now, he's going to go for it. He shoots one Scarab. The Zergling takes it. The Reaver goes down. eOn is busting Bonyth wide open. GG.
Wow, congratulations. GG. Yeah.
Taps out. What? What on? Oh my god. eOnzErG slapping Bonyth down like a Davy 504 bass player. What a monster. This is Bonyth. This is the champion of Corrupted Cup.
Exactly.
And eOnzErG just took him down 3-1.
Yeah, he really wanted to win BSL this time because he was second 2 BSLs in a row and now he wanted to go for the win, but eOn was just too strong. That's so impressive.
Damn. Okay, well, that's the way it happens. Wow, what a crazy series. That first game, I watched I watched Bonyth just do what Bonyth does best. He does gateways into Reavers and it's flawless. And then from there on out is all eOn all the time. That was amazing. I thought that was incredible. Unfortunately, we do not have Nyokin back with us, so I think he is still in process of repairing his computer. So that's a little bit sad. So we don't have Nyokin here, but are we still doing an interview?
Yeah, the Bonnie is here with us. We are waiting for eOn to join. So that's going to be very interesting to have both of these players having interview with
yeah,
the same
I
time.
never know how it feels to like interview like the winning and the losing players. I think mostly these players are all like pretty good friends with each other. That was really the cool thing about Corrupted Cup is that even though like some players win or lose and some players might be like really salty or whatever, like at the end of the day, like it's just cool to have everybody all together. And that was like really fun. So yeah, hopefully, you know, I mean, they can't like fight each other over the Zoom call, so we don't have to get bouncers in here to pull them apart. But it'll be interesting to see what they have to say about this game.
Okay, we will have them in 1 second, so just give us 1 second, and I will figure it out.
Yeah. So yeah, Zero is making the magic happen behind the scenes. If you thought that this was a show about players playing Brood War and casters just here to look beautiful. No, Zero is here to do all the stuff behind the scenes. But yeah, it looks like we might have the interview ready here in just a second. We're gonna have eOnzErG and Bonyth, the players you just watched. I cannot wait to ask them some pressing, burning questions. If you guys in chat have questions for the players, make sure to type your questions in chat. And if they're not extremely offensive, I will try to ask them to the players, and we'll see what they have to say. So, are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, all right. Well, we just watched you play a series there. eOnzErG, talk to us. What happened after that game one?
Well, first, you almost killed me with that night broken joke. No.
Yeah, that was good.
I think you really killed it with this time. Like each time you come with something new, it's really amazing. I don't know how you do it.
My meme guns never run out of bullets.
First game, actually, it's funny because I prepare. To be honest, I prepare for his 2 gateways.
Yeah.
But it never comes to my mind he will play 2 gateways 1 base into river like that. Like,
yeah.
I always thought that it was something very delayed, and I think it's something I didn't pass from my mind. So I kind of has these very weird situations where links were doing damage where they're not supposed to do damage. Like I was able to break the ramp. Usually it doesn't happen. So it just maybe I guess I thought like I could do more damage and make more extra links that I was not supposed to. That was not part of the build. And it kind of slowed me down because of his micro with his micro, because I think that's not a really micro, but he pulled some walkers around the dragoons, and I lose so many links. And yeah, from that point, I think the game really slowed down for me a bit.
Yeah. So, Bonyth, what did you do? You build these zealots, and then they just don't do anything. So, what was your thought after that didn't work?
Yeah, I thought it's still okay. I mean, I'm playing against eOnzErG, so I better add 2 zealots to put them on my ramp, and he's gonna run with his zerglings, and he's gonna lose some zerglings, and that's exactly what happened. And I followed it up with a Stargate. At that time, I didn't really have anything in mind until I scouted what Eon had, and I saw that Eon had a very small amount of drones. So yeah, I knew I could just sit and relax and gather my reavers, gather my army, and
yeah, you waited a long time. You built a shuttle first, and then a reaver, and then didn't do anything, and then you built a second reaver and like didn't do anything. And I was like, wow, you are playing really defensively.
Yeah, I was scouting all the time with my cursor, so if I saw more drones, I'd hit him right there. But I saw basically he had no drones, so. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait because he must have had some zerglings outside. So yeah, that was my logic there.
So you win game number 1. What happens for the rest of the series? eOnzErG, so you lose. Well, you lose game number 1. How did you like mentally come back from that?
Well, first of all, fuck Sugo because he told me Bonyth will ban 100% multiverse. When I saw Bonyth ban Gladiator, I almost like told him like take wall over and leave in this shit, or because that was like the map I was the most confident, the one I really feel very prepared.
The multiverse?
No, Gladiator.
Oh, the Gladiator.
Yeah.
And with the moment Bonyth banned Gladiator,
He banned Gladiator, picked multiverse.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, this is gonna be like, oh man, this is gonna be so hard. And then, but yeah, I guess, for example, I didn't have the best feelings in Power Bond, but still I was able to play some really good games, so yeah.
Yeah, Bonyth, one thing we were talking about is on, I think, what was it, like, was it Bloody Ridge, the wall? Or no, I guess it was multiverse. Like the
yeah, I think the Bloody Ridge, the wall was wrong.
Yeah, Bloody Ridge, the wall was like really weird. Did you know that like there were all those holes in it? Because it seemed like Eon was able to really put on a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, well, at the moment I put down my pylon and then I looked where my gateway is, and I'm looking at that wall, and I think I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to put my forge there if the power goes there, and yeah, I didn't. But I hope that Eon wouldn't notice, and I don't think he actually noticed it. So I knew, and I hope that Eon is not gonna figure it out. Yeah, but it's another thing. But well, basically, I failed with my units micro this series. Well, I suppose just a bad day, I guess. So yeah, I lost my zealous for a little bit too much for free. Yeah, that was it.
I was really
Yeah, so
worried about this multiverse because I played one in the BSL tournament, and like he always blocked my entrance with the pylon. I wasn't able to spend, and I think I took the lesson from the games. That was one of the reasons, honestly, I didn't want to play multiverse, because always with this pylon blocked, everything is a chaos, and that's the reason I also opened 9 pool in Bloody Ridge, because he can do the same. Yeah, but luckily he lost that worker scout early on, so he wasn't really able to see my build, I guess.
So the pylon was there only to block the drone from making the hatchery? Or there was the cannons follow-up too for that?
Yeah, I wanted only to delay his hatchery. Once I saw that, well, he probably had another drone outside, so I canceled it. But so it's okay. Just 25 minutes for delaying the hatchery and forcing him to delay him significantly. But yeah, he had already a drone out.
Well, so in the last game of the series, what made you kind of go for that, like the range Hydra bus? Because I noticed you were trying to get drops too, but the drop wasn't really working out.
No, that was the whole plan. That was the build. I need him to scout everything. I need him to scout lair. I think he didn't scout link, but he's supposed to scout link as well. And then I'm coming with this Hydra range and to snipe the wall, and coming with the overlord speed just to hint that I'm going to drops, and he moves his army outside the cannons, and then I come with everything. And if in case he is not coming with everything, then I can just go drops. Like, it's very nice build because you can do different mind games and different timings.
So what kind of caught you off guard there, Bonyth?
So yeah, this is exactly why I always go Gateway, because it prevents Zergs from doing dirty tricks like this. Forge Expand is just setting you behind, you just play in the dark. So basically, now I think about it, I should have positioned like defensive pylons, like 4 pylons in front of my cannons, so the Hydras won't be able to just float my natural. So yeah. But in PvZ, it only takes one misstep to be dead. So yeah.
Well, that's really surprising. We're still going to see a little bit more of you later on, Bonyth. You're going to be in the 3rd and 4th place match playing Jaeyoon. But this means that we are going to have a ZVZ Grand Finals, and it's going to be True Touch, the defending champion of BSL. Season 6 versus eOnzErG. Of course, you are also you're a BSL champion as well. I know last season did not go very well for you, Eon. So are you like really trying to like get revenge for that and prove yourself this season?
Not really revenge or anything like that. Just wanting to play this amazing tournament, and that's my mindset for it. I'm just glad to be able to make it in the finals. And
So what do you think about having?
Well.
What do you think about having to play True Touch in the finals?
I think it's going to be interesting. I think I didn't play a CBC final in a long time, so I think it was going to be interesting.
Okay. Well, I think it's safe to say that this series was really interesting. Lots of cool mind games and some really good plays. So thank you both for doing this interview. Let's start with Bonyth. Do you guys have any last words before we close things out?
Maybe just a shout out. Maybe if you guys drinking some alcohol, so drink for my grandfather who had his 19th anniversary on yesterday.
Wow.
So,
Oh my God, that's crazy. That's wow. I hope I live that old. But if I have to cast too many more games that are this stressful, I don't know. eOnzErG, do you have any last words?
Well, we already lose Night Broken, so please stay healthy.
Yeah. Type some F's in chat for Nyoken.
Yeah, just thanks to the people that train with me, eOnzErG, Sugo, Seriosity, and yeah, thanks to them.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone that always supported me, of course. People are always cheering for me.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. Also, go subscribe to their streams and
Yeah,
watch them
exactly.
and stuff like that. Yeah. Also, you can do the same thing to BSL. You can follow BSL on Facebook at facebook.com/BombasticStarLeague, on Twitter at twitter.com/BombasticStar. You can follow the progression of BSL on YouTube, and the YouTube link is in the chat as well. You can also support the BSL by subscribing to Zero's channel, following his channel, or supporting the BSL on Patreon at patreon.com/bombastic. Big shout out to the bombastic Patreons, Ezo Striker, ARG Sabbath, Kamchak, Moontang, Spacewalk, and Lingenpup for supporting the BSL on Patreon. You guys can too by going to that Patreon link in chat. A big thanks to our players tonight. We had, hold on, my brain is also breaking. We had Jaeyoon, True Touch, eOnzErG, and Bonyth. Excellent interviews as well. You can also follow Nybroken at Twitter. So good. Anyway, it sucks to lose Nyoken, but I'm glad that a new meme was born. I think that's worth the sacrifice. Don't tell him I said that. Maybe he's actually watching right now. But anyway, you can follow him on twitter.com/thenyoken, and you can follow me on twitter.com/rapidcasting. I'd love to hear what you guys thought about the games today. And I'd also love to have you back next week, same time, same channel, for the 3rd and 4th place match and grand finals of BSL Season 7. These guys are going to be there. I'm going to be there, and hopefully Nyoken is there too. Hopefully you guys are as well. So thank you so much for watching today's episode of BSL. On behalf of myself, Zero, Nyoken, theoretically, the players, the staff behind the scenes, and everyone else out there, thank you so much for watching BSL. We'll see you back next week for the grand finals.
Goodbye, everyone.